It is Friday the 16th of January 2015. Hello and welcome to the brief here on News First. I am Shahin Rampadi. Let's take a look at the stories trending today. His Holiness Pope Francis departed from Sri Lanka yesterday to the next destination on his tour of Asia, Manila, Philippines. His Holiness visited the Benedict XVI Cultural Institute in Bola Valana, Negombo before proceeding to the Katunayake International Airport from Colombo.
His Holiness visited the Benedict XVI Cultural Institute in Bola Valana, Negombo before proceeding to the Katunayake International Airport from Colombo. At the institute, he was greeted by a group of religious leaders of the Catholic Church in Sri Lanka, including His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit. His Holiness Pope Francis officially declared open the institute dedicated to the former leader of the Roman Catholic Church, Pope Benedict XVI. Following prayers, Pope Francis arrived at the Bandaranaike International Airport for departure. At the airport, Pope Francis' official farewell ceremony got underway under the auspices of President Maithripala Sirisena. A group of ministers including Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe participated at the event.
The Sri Lankan nation was truly blessed by the arrival of His Holiness Pope Francis I in the island. A holy mass and a service was carried out by His Holiness in two different locations in the island, where a multitude of Catholic people attended to receive the blessings of the visible leader of the Catholic Church. The Holy Father departed to the city of Manila in Philippines. We at News First wishes His Holiness a safe journey.
The new Minister of Foreign Employment, Thalata Attukorala, took up her duties as Minister subsequent to religious observances. Former Minister of Foreign Employment Dilan Pereira, who was present at the event, hinted at a change in SLFP leadership. Under this new government, I can say that today would be the final day that Maithripala Sirisena will be the president who does not hold the position of chairman of our party. Tomorrow, the president of the government of Thalata Attukorala will be the leader of our party. From tomorrow, we will be seated in the opposition in parliament. The leader of your government will fight against your new government as the leader of our party from outside the parliament. I wish you and your staff a better future through a Maitri rule.
මේ රටේ සමුදිලාභී පවුල් ලක්ෂ 17ක් ජීවත් වෙන්නේ නැති බැරි කම නිසා.
There are 1.7 million Samudi beneficiary families in this country. This is simply because they have been rendered helpless. There are 5.1 million families in the country, and 1.7 of those families are living below the poverty line. I will not be content with the decision to provide fraction of the population with benefits. I will not hesitate to do the right thing and take action on wrongdoings.
A request has been submitted to the Governor of the Central Province to appoint Tilina Bandara Tennakon as the Chief Minister of the Central Provincial Council. This request has been forwarded by 34 councillors.
Opposition leader of the Central Provincial Council, Ranjit Aluvihare, and a group of opposition councillors had submitted a request to Governor Tikiriko Bakhadua while proceedings of the council were underway, presided by Chief Minister Sarath Ekanaika. According to the Governor of the Central Province, the councillors made this request via affidavits. The Governor went on to say that 32 of the councillors visited his office to confirm this request. Governor Bakhadua said that as Sarath Ekanaika, the current Chief Minister, also represents the UPFA, advice needs to be sought from the Sri Lanka Freedom Party to act in this regard. He went on to say that advice from the Attorney General will also be sought for this.
The new government has forwarded a request for a 6-month extension to the grace period for the EU ban on Sri Lankan fish exports. State Minister of Fisheries Dilip Vedarchi said that this request was made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe.
Over the recent past, the EU warned Sri Lanka for not abiding with international standards when engaging in fishing. Therefore, the EU decided to grant a grace period for Sri Lanka to ensure adherence to international standards before the imposition of a ban. The grace period granted by the EU was to end today.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe had submitted a written request to the European Union on the 13th of January 2015 to remove this ban and provide a 6-month grace period. He noted that we would adhere to the international standards. because the EU did not have faith in the previous administration. And because they now have faith in the new government, the new president and the new prime minister, I believe that we will receive this extension to the grace period.
And that is a wrap of today's edition of The Brief. For the News First team, I am Shahin Rampati reminding you, it is good to stay brief.